lovely people, welcome to part 2 of my book series that I really need to finish series. If that makes sense?
Sophie vlogs.
I will leave a link to part 1 of this below. Essentially, I watched Ashley at Frolic Through Fiction's video where she responded to the video she had made talking about series she hadn't finished and assessed where she was at, if she had, if she hadn't. I found it really fun. And then I also realised that that's me. I have so many series that I have started that I really want to finish that I haven't finished, etc. So these 2 videos are me looking at those, and then hopefully in about 2 years' time is my plan. I'm going to do like a response to this and be like, did I do it? Let's see. So I'm just going to dive back in, pick up onto the books again, and we'll see where we go. So, to start this video off, I've got the Wayfarers series by Becky Chambers. I have read the first and second book of this. As far as I'm aware, the third book is the final one, Record of the Spaceborne Few, and I desperately need to get my hands on it. I have, as of recording this, I don't know when it's going to be posted, as of recording this, I have very recently read the second book in this series. I will probably be asking for the final book for, like, my birthday or something. So this one is one I definitely feel like I will finish off soon. This is a science fiction series, and it's just like, oh hello, found family, oh hello, diverse representation of genders and sexualities and cool aliens and different social structures that are not the same as our own but are super duper interesting. Like, oh, emotions, I've got them about this series. So I really need to see how the third book goes, because the first book is its story, the second book is related but doesn't really focus, but focuses on some new people. Does the third book bring it all together? Does it continue to just be little snapshots? I don't know, and I need to know. Okay, after that we've got the Lunar Chronicles. I've only read Cinder by Marissa Meyer, but I know that there are like 5 or 6 of these. Essentially, when I graduated from university, and then I was like, oh yeah, remember when I used to just read for fun, not for studies? And then I bought myself a load of books as like a, let's get back into doing reading for fun, and this was one of them. That was, how long have I been graduated for now? 4 years? 5 years? I've lost all track of time. I no longer know. But this has been sitting on my shelf for all that time, which is notable in itself because I give away a lot of books to charity shops. I don't do unhaul videos because there's no point me saving all of them up to do a video. I just, when I finish a book, unless it's really good, I give it away to charity. Just because my shelf space is very limited. So the fact that this has been sitting on there for all these years as like a little sign that I do mean to finish the series does mean that I really enjoyed this. I found this one slightly predictable because if you're familiar with the fairy tale, obviously you kind of know how it's going to go. But I've heard so many good things about the series, and I feel like everyone else has moved on and doesn't really care as much anymore, and I'm just like, I need to do it. It's like a cyborg Cinderella type thing. It was really cool. It was really fun. I want to see how all the rest go. I just haven't done it yet. Is it good? Is it worth continuing? Please do let me know, because otherwise I either need to just give the book away or I need to buy and read the rest of the series. Next up is one that I will definitely be able to complete really soon, and that's the Industrial Magic series by Newman. This is the second book in the series. This is like steampunky, alternative Victorian-y universe whereby if you have magical abilities, you need to turn yourself into the state and become like a state-sanctioned magician, and if you don't, there are dire consequences. And essentially our main character has magical abilities, but it's mistaken. They believe that her brother has them. He thinks that he has stronger magical abilities than he does because of her, and then, like, obviously, they get into a bit of a kerfuffle. There's a mystery element. It's very fun. They're very, very short. They're little novellas more than anything. This is the second book in the series. I have got it. I will be reading it very, very soon. I'll be able to tick this off my list. But, also, Emma Newman has recently, I'm signed up to her mailing list, and she's been talking about how, although it's unlikely she'll get any more of these published through Tor, she might be self-publishing and stuff like that. So this is here because, although I am going to finish it very, very soon, there is the chance that there will be more of these appearing, and also, like, I just think they're really good, and I think Emma Newman's really great, and I'm just like, let's get more people reading Emma Newman, yes. After that is a series which I think I'm still going to continue to read, although I don't 100% know. That's the Throne of Glass series by Sarah J. Maas. I feel like people either love or hate this series, whereas I'm just like, eh. So I bought 3 of these books in a charity shop. They were like £1 each. It was great. They are perfectly fun. They are not the greatest thing I've ever read. I get annoyed with some of the characters / plotting, but I also do find them quite fun. So I'm 3 books in, and I'm sort of, I got a bit, I know loads of people liked the 3rd book. I always feel like the one half of it is like, eh, and then the other half, this is with all 3 books, one half is like, eh, and then the other half is like, much more interesting. And like, you know, that sometimes that's fine, and then sometimes you're like, do I want to have half a book where I'm not super interested and then half a book where I am interested? I just don't know. This is my rambly way of saying that although I kind of want to continue the series to see where it goes, it's not a top priority. I might see if my library has it, because I don't know if I need to own them, but I kind of am interested to see where it goes. So that's like a pin. I know that it's all fully rounded off now, though, and some people love it and some people hate it. I don't know. Okay, all the rest of them I have written down on my list, so bear with. The Foundation series by Isaac Asimov. I've only just read the 1st book of this series, so like I'm including it because I definitely want to continue. It's this really interesting science fiction book. I talked about it in my Tome Infinity wrap-up at the end of January. I'll link to that below if you want some more detailed thoughts on how I felt about it. But essentially, like, it's like concerned with actions of masses and reacting to these crises and like all of this stuff, like the fall of an empire and all this stuff, and essentially it was really interesting. I want to see where it goes, although I know that it is a very long series and there's the iRobot series which ties in and blah blah blah, but that's one that I definitely am hoping, even if I haven't finished it, because there are quite a few books in the series, I'm hoping that maybe I'll have read 1 or 2 more by the time I respond to this video. We'll see. The next series, I think I've got the name right. I think it's just the Deverry cycle. I think that's what we refer to it as. This is by Katharine Kerr. I have talked about it in a couple of book chats. Essentially, this is a series that explores, like, I always get how I can never do a concise explanation of this series. There's like recurring lives in this, so like the concept of past lives is taken as reality in this, so it's like a fantasy series, but our characters are all trapped in this cycle based on actions that happened a long time ago that are still playing out. So they are continuously reborn, generation after generation, in different relationships to each other, and they're playing out again and again and again to see if eventually they can break this cycle that has tied them all together. So the Deverry cycle, if I've got this right, is four book series. So I have read the first set of 4 books. I own the last 2 sets in their entirety, and the second set I'm missing one of the books. I read them as a kid. I don't think I read them in the right order as a kid, especially because I missed out this whole chunk in the middle. So now as an adult I'm doing a reread / reading for the first time the ones I missed out in the correct order so that I actually understand what's happening, because it can get a little confusing. It's really good. I really enjoy it. I do need to get this final book that I'm missing, but I am, even if I haven't read necessarily all of the cycles, maybe by the next time I return to this video I might have finished the 2nd cycle or even the 3rd cycle. We'll see. It's very interesting. I just like, my brain is very confused sometimes when I have to try and sum it up. After that is the Phryne Fisher series by Kerry Greenwood. Phryne Fisher is a detective in 1920s Melbourne. She's utterly fantastic. Goes around, solves crimes, is generally very witty and funny. It's a lovely, frolicsome time. There's a TV series adaptation which is utterly brilliant. I have been reading it out of order because I've seen the TV series, which is adaptations of some of the books. I've just sort of been dipping into books whenever I find them in a secondhand shop. So again, I probably won't finish the entirety of that series because it's very long, but I'll hopefully have read some more. After that is the Chronicles of Amber by, I think it's Roger Zelazny. That's right, isn't it? I think. These are another series that I've been borrowing off of my dad. He owns all of them. I have been reading them on and off. I think I'm 3 books in. Essentially, it's the 9 Princes of Amber. That's what it's called, the 9 Princes of Amber series. So the first book, 9 Princes of Amber, our main character has had an accident and doesn't remember anything. And then as the book goes on, it becomes apparent that he's much stronger than other people and blah, blah, blah. And he gets drawn back into this conflict. And he has to try and remember his past and how to deal with all of this. So it's very, very interesting. It's one of those, again, like, fantasy series that was very defining to my childhood because my parents talk about it a lot and I want to finish reading it so that I can, like, actually, because I have all these references to it and I'm like, I don't understand the references because I haven't read it, but my parents reference it all the time. The final one is one that I don't want to have finished in 2 years' time. I just want to have read more of, and that's Terry Pratchett's Discworld series. I've been reading the Discworld series in chronological order. I have read some of them when I was a kid. Again, Discworld is very, very, like, part of my childhood, if only because my parents reference it all the time and stuff like this, and I used to watch some of the adaptations and stuff like that. So I started to read them in publication order because I was like, oh, love these. But I don't want to have read all of them in 2 years' time because then there won't be anything else to read with them. I want to have read some more, but I want to keep some of them because I'm trying to, like, eke it out so that I, you know, one day I will finish the Discord series and there will be no more to read and I will be so sad. And then I'll just have to start again from the beginning or something. I don't know. Right. That is, to combine both videos, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 series that I need to finish reading at some point in my life. Not to include all the series that I will probably start, all the series that I am reading that I'm up to date on. I love books, guys. So, that is going to be it for now. Hopefully in 2 years' time I'll do a response to these 2 videos and I'll be like, hey, this is where we're at. But for now, again, have you read any of these? Do you have any thoughts? Are they worth reading? Are some of them rubbish? Give me your thoughts and your opinions. Lovely. I'm going to leave it there. I will see you next week for something different and I hope you're having a very lovely day.